Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Rabil. I am a thread artist. I work with crochet and embroidery. This video is based on basic embroidery stitches. Embroidery 101 is going to start from here. These are some very simple, very basic stitches that every beginner can learn, and you can modify them in your projects. We'll learn how later. Today we're going to start with backstitch. So you're going to thread your needle, and on the longer tail of your thread you're going to make a knot. Insert your needle from the back side of your fabric, pull it through nice and tight, and then insert back, leaving a stitch on the fabric. Length of stitch can vary depending on your project. If you are making a straight line, let's say 0.5 centimeter length will be fine. Once the thread is on the top of the fabric, now you're going to insert it back. Make sure it goes back immediately after where the first stitch ended, so there are no blank spaces in between. Now once again we leave one stitch space, take our thread to the front, and then insert it back immediately after our previous stitch ended. We're going to repeat this process, and we're going to try and keep our stitch length constant, and we're going to try and make sure that there are no spaces in between. Once you take your needle to the back, pull the thread a little bit, just enough to maintain the strength of the stitch so that your stitches are not very loose. We're going to complete this line just like so, and at the end of the stitch you can make a knot at the back. Backstitch can be used in various projects. I'll show you how. Now whipped backstitch is very similar to backstitch. All you need to do is make a straight line with backstitch and then whip it. What you're going to do is you're going to insert your needle from right to left beneath your stitch once again, and then repeat the process until you reach the end. We just insert your needle from one end, take it out from the other end, and pull it all the way through. We are not inserting our needle in the fabric for this stitch. We already made one straight line using backstitch, and now we're going to just whip the stitch by just rotating our thread around the previously made stitches. This is a very good stitch if you want to do outlines and if you want to do lettering. It doesn't leave any white spaces in between. And now we're going to start with the split stitch. This is again a modification of backstitch. You can use each one of these stitches in each other's places. These are interchangeable. It depends on your preference. My favorite one is backstitch. I use it as it is, but you can use either of these according to what you like to do. We're going to make one stitch similarly like we did in the backstitch. Length of the stitch can vary according to the project. Preferably it should not be longer than 0.5 centimeter. And then we're going to now insert our needle in the middle of the previous stitch. So it is like you do backstitch, but instead of inserting your needle at the place where your previous stitch ended, we are going to insert our needle in the middle of the previous stitch. So basically our stitches will overlap in this case. This again is a very versatile stitch. The length of stitch can vary according to the project or how you like to work. If you want to keep it like little tighter, make smaller stitches. If you want to make it little loose, you can increase the length of your stitches. As you can see that as we go stitch by stitch, each stitch is giving a slightly different outlook. They're very similar in how you make them, but the outlook slightly varies. Now we're going to do stem stitch. Stem stitch goes from top to bottom basically. I use it for obviously making stems when I'm making some floral hoops, or if I have to do an outline of a circle. This really helps. We're going to make one stitch, but we're not going to pull all the way through. and then we're going to insert our needle in the middle of the stitch, and once our needle is again on the top of our fabric, we're then going to pull all the way through. So you insert your needle in, do not pull all the way through, insert your needle in the center of the stitch and then pull all the way through. This stitch gives a little, it doesn't give a straight line, little wobbly effect is seen in this stitch, but again it's very nice if you want to make stems, or if you want to make grass, if you're making like a floral hoop, it looks really pretty on that. Some borders are made very nicely with this stitch. There are multiple uses of each stitch. So we're just going to insert our needle leaving one stitch gap, and then we're going to insert our needle back up in the middle of the stitch, and then we're going to pull all the way through. If you learn back stitch basically, then you can learn all of these stitches very easily. These are very basic, beginner friendly stitches that can be modified in every hoop that you eventually will be working on. You can design your patterns accordingly. You can learn to do lettering. You can do so much if you know these very simple, very basic stitches. And that's how the final thing looks. Now you can see the difference between all four stitches. These are all used to make outlines, but they look very different.